Puis BootCamp Chilo Nidon Judu Dawa Tangbe Tse Nishtaksum, meaning year 2016, month 1st, day 23rd. This is lesson number 2, the order of strokes. So we have two main styles of written Tibetan. The first one is called Uchen, or headed letters, and it's named after the horizontal line at the top of most letters. Yingo, that's what we call it in Tibetan. Yik meaning letter, go meaning head, so the headed letters. It's always drawn from left to right, and there are other distinctive parts, and lastly a perpendicular line from top to bottom. And there are some exceptions for looped letters, as in ja and cha. The other one is called ume, or headless letters, and they all lack the horizontal line. And there are assertions by some scholars that headless script is derived when headed script is written fast. Uchen, or the headed letters, and generally you'll see this once you are in 7th grade and above. So these are the first 4 set of letters in headed letters, or Uchen. So these are the steps, and like I was saying earlier, it has the letterhead, and then the perpendicular line and other parts, right? So these are the other parts. So as of this example, they said this is the letterhead, or the head, go, and this is chewa, meaning the tusk, and this is ula, meaning the central hand, and this is gangba, or the leg. So it looks like it's divided into different body parts. So this is the first letter, ka, 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 and nga. So these 3 should be pretty familiar with you guys. And this is nga. And the easiest example would be sing. So when you guys say S-I-N-G, sing, if you get rid of the sa and the e, what is left is na and g, right? So na and g makes it nga, right? So if you get a sa, e, na, g, sing, right? So if you get rid of sa and the e, what's left is nga, right? And then the next set of 4 letters are ja, cha, cha, and nya. So these 3 are pretty common also, but to keep in mind, this is cha and not ja, and this one is nya. And this you would generally in Spanish, I think, when you guys say mañana for tomorrow, right? Mañana. So when you say mañana, ña, ña. So that's what this letter sounds like. And then the next set of letters are ta, 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 na. So this is not ta, but rather ta, 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 na. And then this is pa, 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 ma. So these are pretty common also. Now these are za, ca, za, wa. And these are sha, sa, ah, ya. Now sha, when you guys say measure, measure this, measure that. So when you say measure, je, sha. So that's what this sounds like. And then when you say Zambia, Zambia, so that's pretty close to this letter right here, which is sa in Tibetan. Not za, but rather sa. This is za, but this is sa. Za, sa, Zambia, right? So this is pretty close to that. And this is when you guys say how, if you get rid of ha and the o, H-O-W, how, right? So if you get rid of ha and the o, what is left is ah, how, ah. So that's what this sounds like. and ya is pretty common. And then the next 4 set of letters is ra, la, sha, sa, which is pretty easy. And then the last 2 letters, ha, and the last letter, a. So you have 8 rows. The first 7 rows have 4 letters each, which makes it 28 letters. And then the 8th row has only 2 letters, so that makes it 30 letters. So now we know the 30 consonants. Now we're gonna go with the 4 vowels in Tibetan, right? So the first vowel is called kigu, and it's this symbol right here, and the sound is I. The next symbol is shabju, shabju, and it's this symbol right here, and it's always u. And then the next symbol is dengbo, or the dengbo, and then the 4th vowel is naro, naro. This is called naro. This is called kigu, shabju, dengbo, naro. It's the sound is I, u, o. So in Tibetan, this is always I, this is always u, this is always and this is always o. Unlike in English, sometimes this could be I, sometimes this could be E, right? So if you say India, this is I. If you say kite, K-I-T-E, this would be I, right? And then this, when you say England, then it's E-N-G-L-A-N-D, right? So it's E, right? However, if you say E-D-W-A-R-D, then it's not Edward, right? But rather it's Edward. So depending on the word, sometimes this is E, sometimes this is E. And now this one, C-U-T, is cut. But if you say P-U-T, then it's not put, right? But rather put, right? So again, it depends on the word. So sometimes this could be u, and sometimes this could be a. And this is always o, but again, it depends on who is pronouncing. In America, generally you'll see, like, probably this will be sounded as a. Example would be H-O-T-D-O-G. So Americans might say hot dog instead of hot dog, right? So it really depends. But generally, so that's how these are pronounced in English. But in Tibetan, it's always I, U, E, O. Okay, so then we have additional letters for writing Sanskrit. So to accommodate Sanskrit words and mantras, Timisambodha came up with these 6 set of letters. So the first one is called Talo Ta, Talo Ta, Talo Ta, Nalo Na, Shalo Ka, Kashalo Kya, right? And these are same as Da, Ta, Da, Na, and Petkata in Sanskrit or in Hindi, right? So it's Da, Ta, Da, Na, Na, right? And Sha. And these, basically, these are nothing but the mirror image of these letters, right? So it's the third row is Ta, it's Ta, 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 Na, right? So from the third row, this is not, these Sanskrit letters are nothing but the mirror image. So if there is a mirror right here in the middle, if you look at this letter, it's going to look like this, right? And same thing, if you have a mirror here, this will look like this, right? So it's, so these are Ta, but rather this is Da. So that's the difference. This is Ta, and this is Da. And this is Ta, and this is Ta. This is Ta, and this is Da. Ta, Da. This is Na, and this is Na. This is Sha, and this is Shalo Ka. And this is Kashalo, Kashalo Kya. So something like that. So basically, you will, like when you say Sambodha, like remember the first lesson, like when we were spelling Sambodha, the da, this is talota, so this is use, this is use. So when you read scriptures and prayer books, generally you'll find these. So when you find these letters, know that these are Sanskrit words that you are trying to pronounce, and this is how you should pronounce it. So this is da, ta, da, na, right? And now the punctuation marks in Tibetan. So these are some of the punctuation marks that you'll see in publications, but most of the time you'll see this, the jikshe, nishe, and shishe, and you will find this all the time in between every syllable. So if you look at this example here, it says shu, yik, ki, go, gen, right? So shu dot, yik dot, ki dot, go dot, gen, and then this is the she, right, at the end of the phrase or the sentence, right? You use a jikshe, right? So right here, so these are and then you may find this pretty often also, but these maybe you'll find once in a while kind of thing. But most of the time when you look at publications or if you're checking stuff online, these punctuation marks you'll generally see. Now the next the next type of scripting is ume, or headless letters, and this one you use it from kindergarten all the way through 6th grade. So from kindergarten you learn how to write like this all the way through 6th grade, and when we were learning, like when we get to 7th grade, we were not taught uchen per se, but since we see it all the time, it's kind of we pick it up as we go by. So there isn't a special class for learning uchen or the headed letters. So we just learn it on the way. So these are the kaka kanga jajasanya tadatana from headless letters, or the ume, and then tata tana, then spa pa pa, ma za 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 wa, and then sha sa ha ya ra, la sha sa ha a, right? And then these are the vowels. So this is i, u, e, o, right? Kigu, shakyu, dengbo, naro, right? And if you use it in a letter with a letter, so it's when you write kigu, it goes this way and it comes down this way, right? When you write shakyu, the second from here it goes, and then it goes this way, as you can see the arrow, right? And then the dengbo, from here you start and then it goes down here, and this one it flows in this direction from left to right. So this is kigu, shapju, dengbo, naro in ume, or headless vowels. And if you want to learn how to write the headless letters, you guys can watch CBT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one I did it maybe about 3 years ago. So in here, if you watch these, you'll see how all these ume letters or headless letters are written step by step. So you guys can watch these videos if needed. Now this is called kyugik because once you're in 7th grade all the way through high school, you will be writing a lot. So when you write a lot, it's gonna slow you down if you write the headless letters. So then you use kyugik, meaning scribbling. So you write, this is the fast way of writing the first letter, ka, 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 nga. So this is the fast way of writing. Cha, 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 nya, ta, 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 na, pa, 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 ma, and then za, ca, za, wa, sha, sa, a, ya, ra, la, sha, sa, and then ha and ah. So these are the fast way of writing, and we'll practice how we write these a little bit later. Okay, now this one shows all the 30 letters on one page, and as you can see, we're saying we have 4 set of letters per row, right? So this is row 1, and you have the first 4 letters, and then second row, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then the 8th row has only 2 letters. And as you might see, the letters are color coded. So some letters are red, some are purple, some are green, some are sky blue, and then some are orange, right? So generally, when you pronounce, when you say these words, these like ka, you say it with the force, right? Ka. So all these letters, ka, cha, ta, pa, za, these you say with the force. And then these are said, so these are called male letters, male, and these are called like hermaphrodites, like neither male nor female. And then these green letters are female letters, and then these are even less female, and then these are even less female. So this one you pronounce a little bit harder, and then these are softer. These are even softer than these, and then these are even softer than the green, and then the blues are even softer than the orange. So the purple softer than the reds, green softer than the purple, orange softer when you pronounce than the green, and then blues softer than the oranges. So that's how you should pronounce. And over here it shows from which part of the mouth or the esophagus or the throat these letters originates from. So if you look at ka, 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 nga, they all come somewhere from here. Number one, right? So I noted number one here, and then cha, 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 nya. So maybe from between 2 and 3, like somewhere here, cha. And when you say cha, 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 nya, the top part of your tongue touches the top part of the mouth, right? I mean the mouth, yeah. Cha, 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 nya. And then ta, the next is ta, 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 na. So when you say ta, 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 na, all these come, the tip of your tongue touches the back side of the upper set of teeth, right? So ta, 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 na, right? These so these pretty much the upper part of your the tip of your tongue will hit the upper back side of the teeth, that ta, 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 na. And then the pa, 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 ma, they are all generated from the lip, right? From this second, this is pa, 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 ma, right? And then za, ca, za, wa. So za, ca, za, wa. They all come somewhere from here. So you guys can practice yourself and see from where it's which part of, like what part of the tongue hits or touches which part of the mouth. Sometimes it could be here, sometimes here, sometimes here, sometimes here. So it really depends. So try to pronounce and see where it's hitting, right? So za, ca, za, wa. And then sha, sa, ah, ya, maybe somewhere here. And then ra, la, sha, sa, maybe somewhere here. And then finally ha and ah. It doesn't hit anything, so you just say ha and ah, right? So that's pretty much it for like how it's pronounced and all that stuff. And generally this is called kade, ka. Like de means row or sections, the ka section or the ka row, and this is ja row, this is ta row, pa, and then za, sha, ra. Like you said, the A section, the B section, or the C section, D section kind of thing. So generally in Tibetan, like when we write it, you always write it like this. The 8 rows, the first 7 has 4 letters each, and then the last row has 2 letters, right? So it's ka, 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 nga, cha, 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 nya, ta, 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 na, pa, 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 ma, za, ca, za, wa, sha, sa, ah, ya, ra, la, sha, sa, and finally ha and ah. And then I have written the numbers here just for as an FYI. So it's 0 through 9, right? So it's lego, chik, ni, sum, shi, nga, tuk, du, ge, gu. So this is just from 0 through 9. And then the same set of letters in tukza, or the another set of fonts, right? So it's the same set of the letters. And these are the 4 popular fonts. This is the from kindergarten all the way through 6th grade, and this is from 7th grade. You start to write fast, and from 7th grade all the textbook will be in headed letters. And this one, when you write birthday cards, and like when you do cards or envelopes or stuff like that, then generally you'll use this type of font when you write it. And so basically it's the first 4 set of letters. So it's ga, ka, ka, nga, right? So it could be written in these 4 different ways, but most of the time you will see when you first learn like the headless letters and the headed letters. So the same 4 fonts, so it says Tashi Dalek, the greetings in Tibetan, and the same thing, this is in headless letters, this is in scribbling, this is in headed letters, and this is in tukza, right? The 4 different fonts. So tukza, generally you'll use it like so this one is for birthday celebration, tunga and goro. So you'll write happy birthday kind of thing here, and then don't leave the envelope empty. You put in some money, like maybe $1 or rupee or euro or whatever. So in this case I'm pretty generous, so I put in $108 or 108 rupees. So maybe for the green book, if it is raised to $108 or 108 rupees, maybe more people may pay for the green book, because this is a very auspicious number in Eastern culture. So if you want to find out what the significance of this number 108, you can type in what is the significance of number 108 in YouTube search box, and Sadhguru Jagidev Vasudev will give you the detailed description and the reason why number 108 is considered auspicious in Eastern culture. Okay, now you guys might be wondering why do I have this guy here in the slide. So as you can see right here, so over here you'll see the headed letters. So this is satata, tanaro, to, pasa, top. Top means power. So actually this is what he has written, tattooed on his arm. So this is the letter, I mean this is the word, and this in Tibetan means power. So that's why he has the top. So the same thing could be written in other different fonts, right? So top in headless letters, top in scribbling or kyuki, and then top, the same word in tukza, right? Okay, now we're going to do a quick review. So what are the 2 main styles of written Tibetan language? So see if you can answer these questions. And how many rows are there? And then how many letters are there in each row? I think the question number 2 and 3, I think I have the same questions, these 2 questions in the previous lesson also. Now it's saying write all the headed letters without copying. See if you can write all the headed letters without copying. No copying, just see if you can write it. And then the 5th question says jot down all the headless letters from memory. So see if you can write all the headless letters from your memory without copying. And then the 6th one says practice transcribing all kyuki and tukza letters. So see if you can, the scribbling and the tukza, so this is one of the font, right? Headed is one of the font, headless is another font, kyuki is another font, tukza is another font, right? We have four different fonts. So see if you guys can write these, like if you want to practice if needed. And then what are some of the commonly used punctuation marks in Tibetan language? I think we had this one in the previous lesson also. And what are the 4 popular fonts? And I think I just told you the answers maybe with one of these questions. Okay, then to make it easier for you guys, I have on my Google Drive, I have, if you guys open lesson number 2, you guys should see sample PDF file here. So you'll find all the headed letters, You guys can download this, and then you guys can practice. So if you print this whole set, the half of the when you print, it'll print only on half side of the page. The other half, you guys can use it to practice. So that's why when I actually create these files, I left half open. Like if you look at a page, the half left will be with these, and the half right side should be empty. And I think that's the end of this lesson. And as always, whenever possible, try to help others. If not, at least resist from harming others. Thanks a lot. And in the next video, I'll be using some application from using iPhone or maybe like on iPad, so that we'll practice writing all the alphabet, all the letters. So that's what I'll do in the next videos. There are a couple of like applications, free applications that you can download for your iPad or maybe for your iPhone, and I have a couple of sample applications that we can use that can help you learn Tibetan language, and we'll go with some of those in the next video. Alright, thanks a lot.